One of the ears broke off on the propeller. We hit a rock or something, broke it a little bit. Looks like a 2 a.m. shift at the Waffle House. You know what I'm saying? Gonna replace it with this $5 unit I picked up from the thrift store here. All right, now that we got that prop swapped out, we're gonna put some new terminals on the battery. Got a little rusty. I don't know why my friends won't let me work on their vehicles for them. I can't understand it. 7.5 hour trip turned into 12 hours, but that's where the whiskey dent come from there. But I think she'll buff out pretty good. All right, the product we'll be using today is this Meguiar's oxidation remover. A little bit, oh shit. What's up, YouTube? Today we're going to be working on our little boat here, do a little maintenance on it, get it cleaned up. We're going to take it. We got the 81 Chaparral here. Bought this thing a couple years ago. We got $1,500 for it. Really good shape when we got it. We put new wheels and tires and stuff on it. Like I said, we're going to take it to Crab Island. We've probably our third year taking it down there. She's been a good little boat. It's got the 4.3 in it, 175 horsepower, I think is what it is. Yep, right there. But she's a clean little unit. What we get for it. Got a little bit of upholstery damage, but that ain't stopping us. So one thing we're going to do here is replace the prop on this boat. I'm not going to replace it with a new prop. We are, however, going to replace it with this $5 unit I picked up from the thrift store here. I like hitting antique stores and thrift stores and stuff. Not even sure if it's the right prop or if it's going to fit or what, but we're going to find out here together. We replaced this prop last year. We bought a new one, but it was a very inexpensive unit that we bought. See what kind of Rubex. That's the cheapest prop you can buy right there. We put it in the water. The hub spun out on it immediately, so we ended up putting the old prop on it. And we replaced the old prop originally because it had a broke, one of the ears broke off on the propeller. We hit a rock or something, broke it a little bit. Looks like a 2 a.m. shift at the Waffle House. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, we're gonna get started here, get this prop off and put this $5 unit on and see how that works out for us. May or may not work. We may end up ordering another new one, but we're gonna find out. All right, we're gonna take this, bend these ears off this lock real quick. Maybe, we may be fighting this thing, I don't know. I bet there's a better tool for this too. Alrighty, I'm gonna take this nut off. Maybe. Find the right socket first. Grab this board, stick it in here. This is not a how-to video, guys. This is, we're gonna figure it out together. Maybe have some laughs. Oh my. This is a circus. It is a circus for sure. Move this over here. Alright, that didn't work. What are you doing now, OG? I don't know. We're figuring it out together. All right. Got that one off. We're gonna go over and get our $5 thrift store prop. She's a beaut. It feels right. Right. Put this back together. Know exactly how that's supposed to go on together. Universal hammer. What's torque specs on this, Brad?
As much as you feel.
Turn it till it don't turn no more.
The same you're supposed to. I don't know. That'd be it right there.
We could look it up, but that would be too easy. It's tight, it's right. Sorry, I had to go get my pecker. Never mind, I ain't even gonna go there. She'll work or she won't. All right, now that we got that prop swapped out, we're gonna put some new terminals on the battery. Got a little rusty. Here's how you know the battery terminals aren't any good. Get all this good stuff off here. I don't know why my friends won't let me work on their vehicles for them. I can't understand it. Whoa, y'all okay? Get this out of the way. I think it still had a few more miles on it, don't you? Let's see what we got going on here. Looks like a bunch of spaghetti. Should we replace this or just clean it up? I think I'm gonna cut it off. Replace it. Picked these up at Walmart today. We'll get our crimping tool in here. Don't y'all laugh at me, y'all grow up poor too. Had to work with what you had. Good enough for government work. I think I'm just gonna clean these grounds up. Go find a wire brush. All right, I've got us a brush here. Clean this up a little bit. Any of y'all got kids that you constantly griping on for not putting your tools back? They get them, you find them laying out in the yard or wherever you's working at last, and the tools is left there. Then when they ain't around, you find yourself doing the same thing you're getting onto them for. I know how my dad felt when I was growing up. He was always getting on to me about not picking tools up and stuff. Then I become an adult and realized how much tools cost, and they were very expensive. Then I still didn't put them back, so what do you do? My brush looks rougher than that in the county jail. I guess that's gonna need clean too, huh? I feel like that thing's about to break.
Shortstop. I guess that's a few, isn't it?
Shortstop. I guess that's a fuse, ain't it? Didn't turn very well with all that rust on it. Those threads. If you hear that dog barking in the background, I got some new neighbors moved across the street. The dog sure likes to talk. Maybe we'll get him on the channel one day. Get my crimping tool out of the way. Once again, we're using the right tool for the job. Uh-oh. Battery's hot. We got a welder on board. Didn't even know it. That's our amp wire. We ain't gonna run no amp. Got a JBL party box we'll throw on board. Real good quality stuff there. All right, guys. See if she'll fire up. Hey, we got voltage, may not be much. Don't run it long, it's got that water pump in there, we don't want to burn it up. Yeah, let me show you the old girl. Like I say, I think 1,500 bucks is what I gave for this. The upholstery's not perfect, but what do you expect for 1,500 bucks? Me and my kids have had plenty of fun with this for the last couple years. Now, don't those look much better? I don't know if y'all have ever put these things on or not, but sometimes they're not the easiest things to work with. Just like that, it's on. Put our cover on here. We'll grease it up before we take off. We'll probably lose it on the interstate somewhere, but won't be the first time. You'll see that fender's got a little whiskey dent right there. So last year, 4th of July, my brother and I went to Panama City. We took the boat down there. We actually headed to Crab Island before we even went and checked our room. We left like 2 a.m. in the morning, drove down. We was going straight to Crab Island. We was ready to get in the water. We got about 5 miles from the boat ramp. A lady pulls up beside of us, says, "Your truck's on fire." So we pull over in the parking lot away from everybody to get out. Had a brake caliper locking up. We cooled it down for a little bit, went on, put the boat in the water, enjoyed the day, come back to our condo. I had a buddy, he's got a house down there. We dropped the boat off at his house. Next day, we went and got parts, fixed the truck in the parking garage, whatever. Had a good time, but there was a oyster bar down there. We went over every day and ate oysters. Some of y'all may not like oysters, but we had a good time. We enjoyed the oysters. Well, the day we was coming home, my brother, he said, "I'd like to have oysters one more time." And I said, "Well, we'll find some in between Panama City and the middle of Tennessee." So we ended up taking the back roads back home. That was our decision. We was gonna find an oyster bar along the way. We made it to Rainbow City, Alabama. There was an oyster bar downtown there. We was 1 mile away from it. We go to turn at a red light, and there was a car over in our lane. Well, I had to hug the curb, and when I did, the tire blew out because I hit the curb with it. We didn't have a jack with us. We had an impact socket stuff. We didn't have a jack with us. We pulled in a parking lot there. My brother went and borrowed a jack from somebody. We got the spare tire put on. You know, an hour later, got the jack returned from who we borrowed it from. We decided we didn't want no more oysters at that point. So I told him, I said, "We're gonna get back on the interstate and get on back home." So we get on the interstate. We go about 10 miles, I guess. The spare tire we put on blew out. We're 5 miles from the next exit, so I pull over on the shoulder. We drive 5 miles on the shoulder with that tire blowed out. We go to a gas station. I unhook the boat there, leave my brother there. I go to a Tractor Supply, buy a jack, another wheel and tire, put on it. But anyway, we made it back home. 7.5 hour trip turned into 12 hours. But that's where the whiskey dent come from there. We'll get that straightened out, I guess, before we head back down the interstate again. That's closer to that tire than I'd like it. That lip has been up, but we'll get it fixed. All right, so next we're gonna throw on these transom tie-down straps. Got these from Walmart. They ain't nothing special, nothing expensive. Just feel like we need something on there. Good enough for us four. What's up, guys? It's the next day. We're gonna try to do a little buffing on our boat here. See if we can bring some of that gel coat back to life, get some of that glaze off of it. Y'all stick around and see what's going on. Let y'all kind of see what some of the gel coat condition is like. I don't know if the camera's picking that up or not, but I think she'll buff out pretty good. All right, the product we'll be using today is this McGuire's oxidation remover. See how that stuff works. And see a before and after picture there. That's the old side. That's what we just buffed, so I guess it is working pretty well. Take some of this teak wood off the boat here. Try to get it cleaned up. Maybe sand the teak wood down. Alright guys, I decided I was going to go ahead and take some of that teak wood out, sand it down. Alright guys, we got all the trim put back in the boat here. Looks like it turned out pretty good. Actually went pretty quick as well. Quicker than I thought it would. In the afternoon, 73 degrees outside. Supposed to get some snow in the next 2 days, so we're gonna take this boat out and try out this $5 prop while we got some good weather here. Got the boat cleaned up. Put a little paint on that prop. Y'all have any luck?
Just started.
Wanna hop in? say the prop's a 100% success, but it is smoother than the old broke prop. Seems like it's certain RPMs when you're running wide open. I don't know if it's cavitation, got air in